This is not an action item for a board meeting this evening. I would like to take a moment to make a brief statement regarding Sullivan High School's prom. And any deletions to the agenda?
To the board, I'd like to add the following 3 additions to the agenda under new business. The first item is permission to advertise for a RFP. This is a request for a proposal for consideration of contracting out our food services at all corporation locations. This would be listed under new business as item G1. The second item I would like to add to new business is permission to advertise for a 3-period teaching position for the remainder of the school year at the Carlisle Elementary and Junior High School due to an increased enrollment in the 4th grade level. Currently, we only have 1 teacher at the 4th grade level at Carlisle, and we have 35 students now at that level. Mr. Martin and the staff can be commended on the job they've done to try to modify that situation, but we're at a point where we feel like we need to add an additional teacher for half a day. So that would be listed as new business item G2. And then our final request is from Karen Allenbaugh, a Sullivan High School science teacher. She is asking for a leave of absence for the balance of the 2012-13 school year. This will be listed under new business item G3. So I would ask the board pass these motions, please.
Okay, do I have a motion? Jerry makes a motion. Kevin seconds. All in favor? 5-0. Item 3 of the agenda, approval of the minutes of the executive session and regular board meeting of January 15, 2013, and the Board of Finance meeting of January 15, 2013. Is there any discussion to that, Kevin? Kevin makes a motion. Jerry seconds. All in favor? 5-0.
Okay, I'll need you guys to please sign the minute book. That would be Grant and Barb. And you guys will need to sign it in 2 locations, please.
Item 4 of the agenda, the treasurer's report and approval of claims.
All right, first I'll give you the treasurer's report. In the general fund, we currently have $663,330.37. In our debt service fund, we have $647,771.91. In our capital projects fund, we have $72,984.39. In our transportation operating fund, we have $380,632.29. In our bus replacement fund, we have $4.15. Special education preschool fund, $0. The pension bond debt fund, we have $4,441.60. And in our rainy day fund, we have $1,891,796.74. We have a total cash balance of $4,111,890.25. Claims. Board, you have received the following claims, numbers 14926 to numbers 14977 in the amount of $504,259.85. In claims number 14978 to number 15073 in the amount of $480,443.79 for a total of $984,703.64 for the period of January 15th, 2013 through February 20th, 2013. I would ask that you approve these claims, please.
Do we have any discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'll ask for a motion. Mitzi makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Jerry seconds. All in favor? 5-0. Item number 5, disposition of routine items by consent.
Okay, we have several items under that tonight. Letter A is resignations. We have the following resignations. Richard Harden, Carlisle Middle School Math. Janelyn Snap, Middle School Girls Tennis. Lisa Harrison, the Sullivan High School Cafeteria. We have the following retirement under letter B: Suzanne Gillum, second grade teacher at Sullivan Elementary. We have letter C, a request from the Sullivan High School football coach to have a team camp June 3rd through the 5th at the Merriam Institute. Coach Olson's done this for several years. Letter D is a request from the Biddy football camp July 25th through July 27th at the Sullivan High School football field. This is also from Coach Olson. Letter E, we have a request from the Sullivan High School Athletic Department. They are requesting permission to build a new baseball press box. All costs for this project would be paid from the Sullivan High School Athletic Fund. The cost of the project is around $22,000, and as I mentioned earlier, the athletic department would pay for the entire cost. Letter F, we have approval of substitute teachers, Lance Sluter and Rebecca Slotman. Letter G, we have the following personnel recommendations from our schools at the Carlisle Elementary and Junior High School. We have Kristen Baker. She is recommended for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade math, replacing Mr. Harden. At Sullivan High School, we have Sue Shagnon as head volleyball coach, Justin Ridge, a volunteer coach for boys golf, Derek DeMoss, a volunteer coach for softball, Molly Kennett, cafeteria, replacing Lisa Harrison, who resigned. We also have Tom Hyatt recommended for replacing Karen Allenball while she's on leave of absence. At the Sullivan Middle School, we have Tracy Greggs for middle school tennis. That's middle school girls tennis. John Gettinger for middle school boys track, and John Gettinger for middle school girls track. And that's all of our items of consent.
Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'll ask for a motion. Barb makes a motion. Jerry seconds. All in favor? 5-0. Moving on to old business. Item A, temporary loan update for 2013.
Okay, I have these claims I need you guys to sign, and then here's some contracts for coaching and for Kristen Baker that I need you guys to sign, please. Under old business, letter A, the temporary loan update for 2013. Amy's been working on this, and before we can proceed with acquiring the temporary loan, and the reason we get a temporary loan is it's used for cash flow if necessary. The board needs to adopt the following resolution because the general fund is no longer funded by local property taxes. All general fund revenue is provided by the state of Indiana, and therefore we must have a different resolution in order to get the temporary loan. So it is my recommendation that we approve this resolution. The rate for the loan would still be 1.4%. So I need a motion, please, to approve the resolution.
We have a motion. Kevin makes a motion. Mitzi seconds. All in favor? 5-0.
I'll need the board to sign the resolution on the temporary loan, please, on the back side.
Moving on to item B of old business, update from the January meeting on acquiring quotes on a utility truck to lift bucket.
Currently, Mr. Stuckey had been working on this, and we have no firm bids at this time or quotes, so we've kind of reached a dead end, but we're continuing to work on that. Is that correct?
That's correct. I've got another name for a gentleman who can get his hands on a few, so we can give you some information on it.
So we'll give you an update of that in the future board meetings.
Any other old business? Okay, moving on to new business. Item A, approval of third grade iRead after school tutoring and summer mediation program.
Contracts. Public Law 109 requires that Indiana students in 3rd grade be tested for reading ability. This is in addition to the I-STEP test. 3rd grade students will be given the I-READ test on March 18, 2013, and makeups will be given on March 19, 2013. Students who fail the test may retest over the summer. Under present law, any student who does not pass the test will be retained in 3rd grade unless it is determined they qualify for a good cause exemption. School corporations are required to provide remediation for those students who fail the test. Contingent upon need, I need board approval to offer an after-school and summer remediation program for those students who fail the test. The school corporation will provide transportation for these students. Teachers will be paid with I-STEP remediation money, which should be received over the summer. If that money is not available, then it will have to come from the general fund. Potential total cost for this program is unknown since we do not have the results. Basically, any student who fails the I-READ test in March would have an opportunity to attend after-school tutoring for 1.5 hours per day, 3 days a week, Tuesday through Thursday. And we would probably begin the program around April 15th to April 22nd and run it through May 23rd. We would also have a summer school program of 3 hours per day, beginning at 8 a.m. and running to 11 a.m. This is to be announced since the state has not yet set the summer school or set the summer makeup date for the test. I would note, though, State Superintendent Ritz has talked about changing the I-READ 3 program. If this occurs, then there may not be a need for the summer program. But I would like your approval so we can go ahead and begin plans on developing the remediation program. So I would ask for that tonight, please.
Any questions by the board members? Make a motion. Jerry makes a motion. Barb seconds. All in favor? 5-0. Moving on to item B, the approval to publish an annual performance report.
To comply with Indiana Code 2020-8-3, school corporations are required to publish an annual performance report in the local newspaper that covers a considerable amount of information, including, but not limited to, the percentage of students passing the I-STEP test, expulsions, suspensions, free and reduced students, special education students, limited English proficiency students, and expenditures per student. This report usually needs to be published sometime in the spring. It's typically been February, but we got a memo recently that said it may be delayed. I would just ask tonight the board's permission to publish this report when we are supposed to.
Is there any questions from any board members? I see a motion. Kevin makes a motion. Mitzi seconds. All in favor? 5-0. Moving on to item C, approval of educational services contract with Deb Wolf to assist in our health insurance compliance with HEA 1260.
As I've mentioned to the board in several updates, I met with Deb Wolf from Educational Services to discuss the possibility of her helping us get compliant with all the health reform changes and House Enrolled Act 1260. Deb is someone that has worked with our teachers and school corporation in the past. I think that our teachers feel very comfortable working with Deb, and I do as well. The cost of her contract with Educational Services is $220 per hour. However, it's on a needs-only basis. So we're only billed for any time that we would need to use her services. I would recommend that we at least set up this contract in case it is needed.
Any questions from any of the board members? Do I have a motion? Jerry makes a motion. Barb seconds. All in favor? 5-0. Moving on to item D, consideration of the supplemental contract for Dr. Kirk Freeman to consult with the Southwest School Corporation on our RISE implementation.
John and I both have been discussing with Dr. Freeman on the possibility of consulting with the Southwest Schools Corporation, and that consulting would focus in on helping our principals with the new RISE evaluation. I've also considered having him help us with a board retreat since we have 3 new board members, and it would give us an opportunity to work together and develop long-term goals for the Southwest School Corporation. John and I have had the opportunity to work with Dr. Freeman at Sullivan High School. He's very knowledgeable, he's very helpful. Our staff feels very comfortable working with him. Since it's a contracted service, we can pay for it out of CPF, so I would recommend that we consider him for a 6-day contract, and then we can determine how beneficial it is to our corporation. But when you think about the potential of RISE, the fact that each principal may have to do 5 evaluations on every teacher, and 2 of our principals do not have an assistant, I think it could be beneficial. So I would recommend that we enter into a 6-day contract.
Any questions or comments from the board? Does someone have a motion? Kevin makes a motion. Barb seconds. All in favor? 5-0. Moving on to item E, consideration of Sullivan County Community Hospital Wellness Works Program for the employees of the Southwest School Corporation.
Leslie Lynch from the Sullivan County Community Hospital actually approached Tracy and me earlier in the year about doing bone scans, and then that is now, which we did do the bone scans in all of our schools, that is now went to the Wellness Works Clinic that she would like to do for our employees. This would be available to all employees. The cost is $55 per employee, which includes a blood pressure screening, a body mass index, an on-site blood draw, checking for cholesterol, lipid profile, and glucose. There's also a PAS test for the nails at a cost of $35. All employees on our insurance would be covered by these tests. However, this is at a much reduced rate compared to if they all went to like the hospital and had the labs done there individually. So it would be my recommendation that we offer this program to our employees. We would pay for it from the insurance fund, which all the employees that are on our plan contribute to. If there's an employee of the Southwest School Corporation that is not on the insurance plan, they can have the test done for the above prices, which is quite a bit less than they would if they had to go and do it at the doctor themselves. So it's my recommendation that we approve this program.
Any questions or comments from any board members? I have a motion. Mitzi makes a motion. Jerry seconds. All in favor? 5-0. Moving on to item F, presentation of board Neola policy revision to comply with state and federal law.
Neola is the company that assists the school corporation in revising board policies to comply with state and federal law. Neola updates are presented to the board for review, and these will be for possible adoption at the March meeting, or the March board meeting. In your packet, I put a list of the following possible policy revisions. Student assessment, test procedure provisions for statewide assessments, assignment of students to schools and programs, withdrawal from school, concussions, promotion, placement, retention, early graduation, payroll deductions, staff use of wireless communication device, student network and internet acceptable use and safety policy, staff network and internet acceptable use and safety policies, public records, student records, defense and indemnification of the board members and employees. A lot of these changes are very minor, could be a word or two, but they need your approval in order to put them as part of our policy. Like I said, there's no action needed on this tonight. I just want you to review the policies and we'll discuss them, or we'll present them for adoption at the next board meeting.
On item G, any other new business?
Another new business, these are the 3 items I added. I would seek your permission tonight to advertise for a RFP for consideration of contracting out our food services at all corporation locations. That would be all.
That's all right. Any questions by any board members? No. A motion? Art makes a motion. Jerry seconds. All in favor? 5-0. On item G2.
G2, permission to hire a 3-period teaching, well, it should be advertised, excuse me, put that in there wrong. Permission to advertise a 3-period teaching position for the remainder of the school year at the Carlisle Elementary Junior High School due to a significant increase in enrollment at the 4th grade level.
Have a motion. Jerry makes a motion. Kevin seconds. All in favor? 5-0. Item G3.
G3, a request, this is from Karen Allenbaugh, Sullivan High School science teacher, a leave of absence for the balance of the 2012-13 school year.
Do I have a motion? Quincy makes a motion. Kevin seconds. All in favor? 5-0. Now on to miscellaneous business. Item A, reports by administrators and/or board members.
Well, I would like to share some things with the audience. These are some good things that have been going on at Sullivan High School and the Southwest School Corporation. The first thing is, Coach Meeks is our girls basketball coach, as most of you know, and she received this from the Eastern Green girls basketball coach. Julie, after last night, when we played Eastern Green in, I believe, the first game of the sectional this year, there were a couple things I wanted to tell you. First of all, thank you. You and your girls are the most respectful and classy group we've played in many years. We really appreciate you letting us end our season with some positives. And you really gave us something to look forward to next season. We have had the same situation over the past few years, and it was definitely gone in a negative direction. Again, I have the most respect for you and your girls. Please feel free to pass this along to as needed. You have an awesome group of basketball players and by far the most unselfish, disciplined group I've seen. Good luck, and let me know how I can help you with anything the rest of the season. I will be rooting for you. Good luck, Zach Stevens. I just wanted to share that with the board. I think we have a tremendous program in a lot of areas, but it's really nice when other people notice it. And often you don't get those kind of letters, so I wanted to share that. Also, I wanted to let you know the Sullivan High School JAG program, which is Jobs After Graduation, it's a program that was started through Work One, and we partner with Work One, and they work with kids and try to develop their job skills to prepare them for employment after graduation. They've been working on a grant, and they were awarded that grant from State Farm Insurance. It's a $2,000 grant, and it's basically to celebrate my drive, which stresses the importance of not texting while driving. So you may see some things around town about that. Since we're considering one-to-one technology in the future, I wanted to give you a one-to-one update. On January 21st and 22nd, we trained 15 teachers and 4 tech facilitators at Sullivan Middle School to serve as our technology integration coaches. We call them TICs. Kind of an interesting name, but this is a train-the-trainer model where these teachers will be peer coaches in their individual schools. Each TIC will be assigned a group of teachers and will begin training the week of February 4th, which, I mean, we're already past that, so they've already started the training, obviously. The training will be done creatively. We will be using some half-day sessions along with reinforcement on common preps before and after school. Mr. Stuckey and Mrs. Roberts also sat in on the training and indicated it was very positive. Our next round of training is scheduled for next Thursday, February 28th. We also took a one-to-one visit to Vincennes Lincoln on Monday, February 11th, and we plan to set up future visits at Center Grove Elementary and Scottsburg High School. I just wanted to let the board know as we look into the future, I think it's extremely important to train and develop our teaching staff prior to any one-to-one implementation with students. The earliest current target I could see for a one-to-one implementation would be with the 2014-15 school year. On another positive note, The Sullivan High School Science Olympiad team Saturday took first place at the regional competition at Vincennes University. Terre Haute South was second and Bloomington North was third. So we beat quite a few schools that were larger than us. Caleb Bader won a $2,000 scholarship at the competition. The state competition is on March 16th.
Item B, any other items of concern to administrators and board members?
The only other thing I'd like to share with the board is, and I mentioned to this at our last board meeting, but in wake of the Sandy Hook tragedy, a reminder to the board that we have contacted Safe Haven International under the direction of Michael Dorn to do a complete safety audit of all of our schools. Michael will be here this week to do that safety audit and give us recommendations on how we can improve our school safety. He's known nationwide. He often speaks at the Indiana schools, or the Indiana Safety Academy in Indianapolis. And I just want to invite the board members to come visit tomorrow or Thursday or Friday if they would like. We're committed to making our schools as safe as possible, and we felt like this was a great approach, and I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to use Michael's resources. And that's all I have.
John, you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I don't have anything this time.
Any other board members? Kevin, Nancy?
Girls basketball, section twos.
It's a good point. Yeah, the girls, our girls' high school won sectional championships. That was last weekend, so congratulations to them.
We also we probably want to thank Kevin, and you left out. Our two wrestlers that went to semi-state. Since Kevin is one of our volunteer coaches, but we did have Jonathan Sullivan and Corey Orndorff go to semi-state. Unfortunately, Corey got hurt in practice, and he was the #1 seed at the semi-state with a tremendous chance to go to the state finals. But Nick Bird, I'm sorry, thank you. But, you know, that was a shame that Corey didn't get an opportunity to wrestle.
A lot of great things happening with our athletics.
Yep.
Anything else, Kevin? Nancy?
Nick's going to be irritated at me now since I forgot to mention that he went, so I'll have to apologize to him tomorrow.
Jerry, Barb, anything? Nope. I don't have anything either, so. This time, item looks like 9 upcoming dates, meetings, school activities, community activities.
Friday, March 8th, 2013 will be the end of the third 9-week grading period. Friday, March 22nd, we have no school. That's right before spring break, unless we get hit with a bunch of snow and ice between now and then. So I think we're looking pretty good overall. And then Monday, March 25th through Friday, March 29th is spring break. So those are our upcoming events.
And I think we're ready to adjourn. To have a motion. Kevin makes a motion. Looks like Kevin seconds. All in favor?